When did I get so old? Oh my God, this is such a reminder. This is such a reminder of the aging process. Like, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melina. This is another episode of Why Not, per usual. I call these episodes Why Not because I've got a lot of information to share, a lot of knowledge to drop, and I figure why not crack open a bottle of wine and do all we drink. So today we're talking about signs of when you start to really know that you're an adult. Signs that really hit you when you're like, holy shit, I think I might actually be growing up, or holy shit, I'm no longer a child anymore. Believe me, it took me a very long time to get to this point, but I feel like there's some very key indicators of when you're like, this is it. This is the end of it all. Before we start rapidly aging ourselves, I figure I'll go over what kind of wine I'm drinking. So this is Escames del Dragon. I picked this wine for two reasons. One, major Game of Thrones vibes, having major withdrawals. I still can't get over the fact that it's not going to be here until, listen, I don't know exactly when it's going to be here, but I'm still pissed about it. And two, Randall's is still having a very good sale, and it was $4. If you haven't noticed, I pick my wine based off of how cheap it is. And then go from there. Sometimes I get screwed, but sometimes I'm very pleasantly surprised. And this time, I was very pleasantly surprised. I've had this bottle a couple of times, so this isn't a newbie. This isn't like the new kid on the block. I am fully aware that I like this. Oh, this is also a Cabernet. We're drinking a red again tonight, ladies and gents. It's really hard for me to drink a white at nighttime. I want to know how long I've been talking with this lipstick mark on my finger. So here's the thing. Does anybody do this to get the lipstick out from in their mouth, you know? Trash McGee over here. Okay, so I think, personally, one of the huge indicators that I was officially an adult. Okay, so obviously, let's talk about this for a second. You can be an adult by the age of, 18? But it takes a solid few years for you to really get to know your adult self and to stop doing the things that you probably shouldn't be doing as an adult, just the different habits. One being using Chipotle napkins as toilet paper. You know, I really knew I made it. I really knew I succeeded when I got to the point where I got to the bottom of my Chipotle bag and I looked at that stack of napkins and I was like, I don't need you anymore, I've moved on. Or while I was at the restaurant, instead of grabbing a stack this big, knowing I'm gonna need it for potential emergencies in the future, or because I'm broke, I grabbed 2 or 3 like a normal human being and walked my ass out proud, standing tall and strong, knowing that I can now afford toilet paper. It's a real thing, people, and I personally feel like it's a huge come up. And I also feel, you know, I've really made it as a woman. And I'm gonna even go one step further with that. And I've gotten so responsible with the toilet paper buying that Matt and I also got a Amazon Charmin button where you're almost out, you press the button and it gets delivered to your house in 2 days and you have all this toilet paper. Just because it's like, you know, we can't risk the sandpaper napkins anymore. It's too much, ladies. Our vaginas are aging rapidly. Too much? Maybe. Getting your phone screen fixed right after you break it. Holy shit fuck. How many times have you, as a college student or whenever, broke your phone and literally in pain would swipe through those little shards of glass, just kind of, you know, giving yourself that reminder that you are a failure every fucking time you lose your phone? Well, this was actually only a few months ago. I shattered my phone because I'm usually pretty responsible with my phone, thank you very much. But with a series of unfortunate events, I ended up cracking my phone not once, but twice in the same month. And guess what? Both motherfucking times I had that bitch repaired in the same, like, week or something. And I hold myself in very high regard because of it, and I feel proud and I feel strong. And again, I feel like a goddamn woman because of it. That might have to do with the fact that Matt forced me to get phone insurance, but hey, I got phone insurance now. I get my phone screens repaired when needed. things are looking up. Let's jump into something a little more that everybody can relate to. Partying. Oh God, you know, I wish I could say I could party like I used to. I mean, it was literally a matter of a year or two. My body just started failing. I mean, failing. Like I just can't do it. Like my hangovers, holy shit. It is very standard nowadays to have a 2-day hangover. There's no such thing as a 1-day hangover in my book. I have to plan ahead and advance to know that Saturday night, if something's up, if we have a birthday party, if I know that I'm going to be heavily drinking, Sunday, I cannot have anything to do. I need to get all my chores done before. Listen, it takes a full week's planning for me to go out nowadays. I am not kidding you. Because I know come Sunday, there will be nothing but laying in bed all day. And that's only because my body can't do it. And then I have to prepare myself because Monday I will be going to work hungover, which means I probably won't be working out either. So then I have to like work around my workouts. It's a whole fucking thing, you guys. I might be a little bit extreme, but I don't know. I'm 27, and I really think at like 25, shit just starts going downhill real quick. Like your body just is like, nope, not anymore. But with that being said, the good news is that even though the physical part is declining, the mental part is declining as well. And I mean that in terms of I just don't want to do it anymore. Okay, don't get me wrong. Yes, I do love a good party night, but things are changing, people. Let's talk about crowded spaces. I will lose my mind if I'm in a place where people are constantly hitting me. I used to thrive on that shit. Thrive. I wouldn't stay in a bar unless it was packed. Unless it was fucking packed like sardines and there was a million people there, I was like, this place is lame, I'm out, blah, blah, and I wanted to move. I wanted to hop around to all the coolest bars. Now, I'm like, if there's seating, and if I can move, and if I can talk to my friends, we're fucking staying. This is perfect. I love a good lounge. If I'm feeling classy that night, like, let's go to a lounge, let's sit, whatever, but honestly, give me a good dive bar, some cheap drinks, some good music in the background, and honestly, that's when you'll find me blackout because that shit just sneaks up on you real quick because you're relaxed. Seating nowadays is crucial. Crucial with a capital C. I very rarely want to go somewhere that doesn't have seating anymore, and that's because now I have more money to buy more shoes, and a lot of my shoes I can't like handle standing up in. That sounds so terrible, but it is what it is. If I'm going out for the night, you better believe there's going to be an IG pic, OOTD, and it's got to all come together. And if that means that I have to suffer with some shit shoes, well, shit meaning they're uncomfortable, then that, you know what it is, ladies. Sometimes you just got to suffer to be beautiful. That's coming from my grandma Rushmeyer. You're welcome. You can quote her. Another thing that I actually truly wish I still could do, like this is one of those things that left that I wish would come back, and that's shot taking. I just can't take shots anymore. Shots are so hard for me. Now, will I take a shot of whiskey? Absolutely. A shot of whiskey, if I stick with just straight shots of whiskey, I can do that. But I can still only do 3 at the very tops, or else the next day I'm gonna be hugging the toilet. We used to pregame. I'm not even gonna tell you how many shots we used to take when we would pregame because I myself am very confused at how I'm still living, if we're being honest here. And that's just me. And I had friends who would take almost double the shots that I did. Oh God, it's too much. You know who you are. You fucking know who you are. We used to only take shots. We would take a million shots before we'd go out, so we were healthily plastered before we left. I mean, there was no walking into a bar sober. No way. I mean, we couldn't afford it, for one. There's no way we were gonna spend all the money on those drinks. Fuck no. So we would get legitimately wasted before we'd leave, and then we'd get there. If we were to get a drink, it would just be to like hold on to it. And then we graduated to, I was in like the serving industry for a little bit and whatever, and then shots were cool. So then we'd like take shots when we get there. So we'd get fucked up before, and then we'd get even more fucked up when we were out, and just like shots. And I do what I can just to stay hip and just to stay relevant and just to be included. But and with that being said, you really know you're an adult when you're like slow sipping cocktails. Like when it's no longer just you're trying so hard to get wasted. It's like you're really enjoying your cocktail. And on top of that, when you're actually making cocktails for yourself, like there's nothing that makes me happier than staying home on a weekend and creating my own little cocktails. Like I'm talking legitimate cocktails and just being able to sip and get buzzed at home. Holy shit, love it. And before it was like there were no cocktails being made. You would get a liquor and you would get a chaser, and that's how you drank all night. So yes, so as an adult, obviously it sounds so much more boring to party. But every once in a while, it is fun to just fucking go all in and go all out and just kind of like lose it like you did in your college days. Although I can't get to that point anymore. Even when you do get to that point, I still don't want to be out past 1. Like 1 is like my magic number, and then after 1 I'm like, tick tock, it's time to go. Like unless I'm like wasty face and I have no idea what time it is, I'm very good at keeping track of the time. Because I'm a grandma, because I'm an adult now, fucking A. Usually the goal before was you need to make it past bar close. Now it's to be home before bar close. Oh my God, we're growing up, you guys. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I'm really glad that we get to do this together. I just want to throw in a little something that I did notice that I think is absolutely hilarious, is that as an adult, you are able to keep a constant inventory of liquor on hand at all times. When we were younger or in college or even like right after college and you're like, what is that, like 23, 24? I don't know. But literally we would buy liquor as we would drink it. So it was like that weekend you bought however much liquor and it was definitely gone by the end of the weekend, and if not, you'd have like maybe this much left. Now it's like we literally have like a full bar. Like I can make pretty much anybody anything if they walk through the door right now, unless it included gin. And if it includes gin, then there's something wrong with you. You're at the wrong house. Okay, and then moving forward from that, obviously you like to leave the club early because you need your sleep. Especially if I'm drinking, I need a solid 8 at least. I know that sounds crazy, but if I'm gonna be alive the next day, I need to sleep that shit off. Sleep it off. Sleep is so important to me now, and I'm talking, okay, the weeknights when I'm not drinking. I'm up by 6:30 and I need to be in bed by 10. Like, I'm not kidding you. 10, lights out, Matt knows, no fucking around. Unless it's Thursday and I'm feeling risky, and then we'll stay up till 11. I don't have the brain power to be at work and think through the things I have to think through if I'm tired. I probably do, I'm just a little bitch. And I've been told I'm a little bitch before, but you know what? Another sign that you're becoming an adult is that you really start to enjoy your alone time more. Unless that just means I'm becoming more of a hermit, I'm not really sure. I really love being alone now, and before I used to hate it. Like I legitimately would leave and go to Target if my roommates were gone because I just didn't want to be alone. And now I need to be alone. If I have a weekend that's like jam-packed with like filled with people, I get extremely overwhelmed and I just need to like be by myself and disengage for a little bit, and that has completely come with age. I've never been at a point where I feel like I need to be alone, and like now I recharge my batteries when I'm by myself. That's when I get to do all my thinking, that's when I get to do all my creating, that's when I get to do all of my like self-care. Another amazing thing that I have found that has come with age is that my FOMO has decreased substantially. It's the most freeing thing I have ever experienced. If you know me, if you're one of my best friends watching this, or even one of my friends watching it, or my mom or anybody, everybody knows that my FOMO is out of control. My fear of missing out used to be constant. Like I needed to be involved in every single thing that was happening with all my friends, or else I would be like, oh, I'm missing it, everybody's having so much fun without me. And like now, don't get me wrong, like I still get that every once in a while, but now I can wholeheartedly say I feel completely okay not being at everything every time, because it is draining and I'm just a lot more content with where I am now, and I feel a lot more safe in the fact that I'm enjoying myself just as much as everybody else is. Now I'm pretty fucking sure I'm living my best life. So I don't give a fuck what other people are doing. I'm kidding. Here's a rando one. For me, I started to realize that I was an adult because all my glassware started to match. I didn't just have all the hand-me-downs from my mom, like all this random shit anymore. Like, we were actually buying things that matched. And when people would come over, I actually had wine glasses that we could all match with, and it wasn't like random ones that we took home from wineries. You know when you're an adult when your dishes are clean, for the most part usually, and your bathroom is clean for the most part usually. And I realized this not long ago because now when there's dishes in my sink, I get an itch. Like, it's, oof, God, I can't feel good about myself. I can't feel like things are being completed or things are being done if there's like a bunch of dishes in my sink. When you get that itch and you're like, oh fuck, I can't leave that there, that's how you know you're an adult. There's nothing better than waking up on a Saturday morning, making breakfast, making a cup of coffee, and your house is clean. So that's about all I got. There's obviously way more signs, and you guys are probably thinking about them as I'm talking. If you think of anything, comment below because I'd love to hear it. I hope I didn't miss anything like substantial. Those were just my things. I am really an adult now, like really full-blown, not this half-assed, just say you're an adult, like real life adult. But yeah, follow me on all my social medias. I put my handle right here. Also, please subscribe if you like what you see. If you want to keep this going, hit the subscribe button below. Also, hit the bell for post notifications so you can tell every time that I've posted. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Cheers. I'm really fucking an adult now. Fucking an adult. Holy shit. As I'm sitting here telling you about how I don't like to get like super fucked up, these videos I get rapidly drunk while making because I drink so fast while I'm talking. It's ridiculous. Sometimes I just can't get over how much fun I have all by myself, talking to no one.